What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard, and this is Cosmic Tarot. This is going to be a collective reading, so eat the meat, spit out the bones, take a resonate, and leave the rest behind. So this is going to be my new setup from now on. I'm just using a different editing software, so same location, just a different view. So this is my living room, recording room. All right, so collective. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this channel. And let's get into this message today. Ooh, giving money. So someone here could be giving you money, or you could be giving money unbothered and into you. So maybe somebody here who is into you is wanting to give you some money. Or this is a legal issues. Some people could be getting money due to legal or court. You could be getting, or no, taxes is coming up at the end of the year. So some of you all make sure your taxes is all right for those. And moving. All right. So these are the three biggest things going on with the collective. Why is this? Oh, that's why. Moving. We'll get the glares down. Don't worry. All right. Let's get into this reading. I forgot the glares are so bad. Anyway, the King of Swords and the Devil in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Moving away from self-limiting beliefs, attachments here. Someone could feel very stupid and childish for maybe playing you or trying to get over on you, collective. Let's see. Yeah, the Tower in reverse. You definitely dodged a bullet of some sort here with the Tower in reverse. To me, you could have been in a situation, let's say here with a job or just legally, where someone was trying to maybe sue or garnish wages for something and it gets thrown out, or it's going to get thrown out, or something. Now, hopefully none of you all are having this issue, but for those who are having maybe tickets or something, taxes, I think you're going to find yourself in a you're going to end up moving. Some of you may end up moving. Yeah, reluctantly moving. The Eight of Wands in reverse and the Six of Wands. So what first seemed like a frantic change of events is actually working out in your benefit behind the scenes. If you don't feel like it is right now with the Six of Wands, I see success and victory, so that's good here. So moving forward here, so I feel like you're going to get a judgment in your ruling. You're going to get some type of Eight of Wands here in reverse. Yeah, these people didn't do their work. They didn't do what they needed to do. They didn't do their due diligence or something here. You getting some type of the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They didn't do something that they were supposed to do in order to either represent you correctly, or they didn't cross their T's, dot every I. So you're going to be freed. It's given, they can't prove that you actually had the debt. You know what I mean? Like they can't produce the right documentations from the creditors. They can't, get in contact with your whomever. So the case is getting thrown out. The deposition is getting thrown out because whatever, you know what I mean? You may win a default judgment because the person you're suing doesn't show up, something like that. You know what I mean? You're going to have a victory here. And something around moving. I don't know. You guys could be moving soon. You could be moving to a new state. It looks like somebody who is moving, potentially maybe even like out of the country. Some of you guys, depending on where you are or what country you are in. Giving money, legal issues. This could be over renters. Some of you could be having landlord problems here. The Tower in reverse with the Eight of Wands. You could have been wrongfully evicted, or you could have been giving your money to someone, and this person, like, let's say you're giving your money to your landlord, but your landlord isn't paying taxes on the house. So the bank forecloses on your house that you're renting, but they want you out. It's kind of like situation maybe for some of you. I had a situation where my best friend and her husband, their landlord was selling the building, and the new owners were going to do restorations to the building. So they had given them 3 months to basically evict all the tenants out. And they ended up, buying a house. And it was a lot of stress on them because they were also trying to plan their wedding. So they literally bought a house and got married a month later. It was 2023 was a wild year for me. Okay, that was but more so for them, honestly. But yeah, best friend got to listen to a lot of that at the end of the night. But yeah, but it's gonna end up, whatever the situation you're going through, it's gonna end up working out for you. So it's kind of like an unforeseen, like a solid win. You get fired from your job because your job closes because they were stealing money. Well, you hated your job, and now you got forced to leave, so now you get a better job. The Magician in reverse. Yeah, it's something about the way. Is this you or someone else? This could be the Magician in reverse is someone who is feeling. You could be feeling like you were manipulated, or you could be feeling like things are not working out the way that you wanted. Like there's just things not coming together the way that you would have liked. Or, this is someone here trying to manipulate you. Six of Wands. I'm sorry, Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah. Could be someone around your energy here who is planning on trying to manipulate you, but they're going to be unsuccessful with the Three of Swords and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So let's say you win some money, right? Or whatever you get, right? Giving money. Someone's going to be giving you money. You're going to receive some money to cover some legal issues or whatever. You end up moving. Well, someone may be out here trying to pull on your heartstrings to get money from you. So just be careful. Be careful of the people trying to pull on your energy. People trying to, and when I say pull on your energy, people trying to tug on your heartstrings, tell you sad sob stories about what's going on in their life, dry begging, all that kind of stuff. Eight of Swords in reverse. All will be revealed. The illusions are going to be revealed. You're going to see right through these manipulative tactics of people here. Yeah. You're going to be very successful, but people are going to try to, let's find out some more. What's going on? Dirt digging, boss daddy, and grudge holder. So someone could be digging dirt on you because you're this boss daddy, or you're someone who's coming into this boss energy, and this person holds a grudge from the past. So these are people. You could have some haters. You could truly be having some people hating on you because of the success that you are walking towards, and people are going to want to try to stand in your way. And honestly, you have to overcome the shit that's in your head, because a lot of this, you're about to walk into something that's going to be very successful for you, collective, and you need to give it all you got. Give it all you got, now is the season to really sink your teeth into your projects, figure out exactly what it is that you want, and go for it. The World in reverse. So the Tower in reverse and the World in reverse. I feel like this is something here that is very major, super major event here. This is a big upset here, to say that. In the Tower in the World in reverse, This is like a karmic cycle crashing. This is like cutting people off, cutting people out, a sudden change, just like a big trajectory turn here. Yeah, but this it's for the best though, with the Wheel of Fortune here and the Eight of Wands. This is you. This is your energy. Like you had a complete shift and you either detached, you let go, or you've been forced radical acceptance with something here in your life. Maybe could be around money, could be around self-worth, knowing what you deserve, your identity, perhaps. Oh, you're more than your career. You're more than just what you provide to other people. You're a soul and you're here to experience life, and you have to feed that soul, not just money and not just food and, wealth and stuff here. But the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that, like, in your energy currently, like, you're feeling very restrained, tied down, almost like a like a not I don't want to say codependent, but more like a like there's just energy around maybe not having everything that you need. Calm down and calm. Overindulgence too. Victory and overindulgence. Not really how I feel about this. I feel like this is more of a codependency here, or it's a. Be careful with the shopping. Be careful with overspending. Be careful with retail therapy. Yeah, the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles here. Your money is about to change, and people see you as this Emperor energy and this Ten of Pentacles. Like you're building some type of legacy. Ooh, this is my left. My left, right here was. You're gonna have a lot of people wanting to come around and make investments with you, but you have to discern which ones are good and not, because some people don't get to be in your energy. With the Justice in reverse, you've got to let some people out of your circle, because these people, this Magician in reverse, this Virgo, Mercury, Gemini, maybe. You have to get back into your creativity. You have to get to feeling your spark. Don't let nobody take your shine. Okay, don't let nobody try to siphon your energy. Don't let nobody try to tell you that you can't be what you want to be in life. And like right now, my energy is feeling low. I don't know how to describe it. Queen of Wands. Yeah, you are this magnetic, abundant, cheerful, loving person here. I am so sick of this issue. That is really bothering me. Yeah, you got this Queen of Wands here. So there, I feel like this is so much better. There was too much fucking light. What y'all think? Maybe something like that. So it's like I don't want to be sitting in the dark, but also I do have a bunch of candles. So I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My back hurts still. I've been complaining about my back for what, a month now, almost, it feels like. And just woke up today feeling kind of cranky. Like my energy just feels stank. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why, and I don't want to come across that way, but maybe you guys are feeling like a little like I'm just feeling like irritated and irritable. What you're realizing is that you are stepping into this boss energy naturally. The Queen of Wands and the Emperor here. This is someone here who is not only magnetic and abundant with their feminine energy, being able to attract, get the things that they want, Look at that flame jump. But also in their confidence, masculine emperor energy of, you know, of being in charge, being like, okay, well, I'm you're this nurturing, loving Queen of Wands energy that's very friendly, very outgoing. But with the Emperor, you know how to get shit done. You know how to stand on business. You know how to be disciplined and set those boundaries and say, no, I'm not coming over today. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this instead. I need you to do this for me. I need this to be done. Like you know how to give orders, and you also know when to listen. Like a good leader is someone who knows how to give instruction, take instruction, and also put the needs of his team and his crew before his own, in my opinion. Like I feel like as someone who was in a leadership position in my last career, I would always my responsibility was to manage my classroom and the people in my department. And if there was any type of, altercation, for example, let's say that a particular teacher was having a difficulty with the student, I would say, okay, well, put the student in my class. I'll take care of that. Whenever there was a substitute teacher in any of the other teachers' classrooms, I would make sure that I would go over and speak with that substitute and communicate who I was, and if they had any questions or had any issues with students, to direct the students to me. And also call security if you need to. This is a number for security if it's like that bad. But I always try to take care of the people in my department. I would go around and ask them, "Oh, you guys need any supplies?" Because I was a science teacher, so we always would need dissection kits or chemicals for the chemistry teacher. And I was getting a stipend for this position, so I was like, "Well, I'm going to do my job." So a good leader is someone who doesn't just wants the praise, and I didn't even care about the titles or oh, well, you need to make sure that you get my permission before you take kids on a field trip, and I do not approve of your field trip, and you need to make sure that, and, most of the time I was always at top of stuff. So if someone in my department had a field trip, I would know of that. I wouldn't be blindsided by someone going on a field trip. And most of the time I would be going on a field trip with them. But if I wasn't, it's like I didn't use my little bit of authority to flex when people weren't, or I didn't even have problems with people. Well, I did have some. I corrected those as well. But my needs was secondary in terms of working, of course, and making sure that my department had the things that they needed, because that was my job, is to make sure that they're okay. And a good leader knows when to do that. Like, when to not let your ego get in the way here. And you've learned how to release the ego with the tower here. And trust me, it was hard. It was very difficult to accept this emperor energy about myself, because I was young. I was the youngest person, and I was so insecure about me being respected. But I just kept telling myself, like, if you do a good job and you're consistent and you're authentic, it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. People are going to admire the work that you do, not the accolades, not the titles. It's how you make people feel. It's how you treat people. Fuck being a doctor. Fuck being having this or this and that. How do you make people feel? You could have all the book smart and all the accolades and all the degrees and shit. And kudos to people who have all those things. I have some too, but they don't make who I am who I am. They're just a part of the journey. Let's just say that. And you're somebody here who's realizing that, like, you have all the ingredients here, the magician here in reverse, upright. Is when you realize that you are this magician, and that this Queen of Wands needs this magician to turn upright coming up. Because emotionally, I feel like you are getting, there's just something about who you are in your core that is just vibrant. If you're watching this video, you have a magnetic energy. You may not realize it. You may not realize it yet, but you do. Okay? You're a really special person. Yeah. I love my stories, but sometimes I feel like they get a little too long. Being a leader is not for everybody, and nor does everybody want or need to be a leader. But often I find the people who seek leadership are those who don't deserve it, and those who end up in leadership never really tried to. And I didn't anticipate on being the lead. It just sort of happened. Everyone in my department, it's a very small department, it's only like 4 of us, but 3 of them, one got fired, or two, I think two may have been asked to leave, and the third chose not to return for whatever reason. I don't think it was, and they weren't really like that. Um, I'm just gonna leave it at that. They just weren't, I think it was a good separation. It wasn't like they were bad teachers. I just think that I work in a really very tough environment, and I think some teaching styles, especially those from previous generations, aren't as aligned with our current students. And it's not because they're not good teachers or like these students are like just too crazy, but there's just a disconnect. And our students nowadays are very, let's just say, they require a lot more personalization when it comes to their education. Whereas like people like who I consider like millennials and up, we were kind of used to the whole, this is the assignment, everyone's doing the same thing on the same day all together, for the most part. Nowadays, a lot of these students and learners, they need more individualized and more personalized things, which I think is awesome, honestly. It makes teaching difficult because we are trained to do the more, here's the assignment, here's the notes, here's the lessons, yada, 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 where these students don't necessarily respond well to that. So there's a disconnect between what teachers are learning in their pedagogy on how to teach and that how the fuck did we get to this on the Tarot channel? But let's go with it because this is a very interesting subject because I'm sure most of you all have kids. And if you don't have kids, you went to school, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, everyone has some type of opinion about education because it's something that everyone has in common, at least in America. But and that's no shade to people who don't have mandatory schooling in other countries. I don't know how your government works. It's none of my fucking business. But these students nowadays, they learn completely, their socialization has completely, in my opinion, social media, technology, and everything has altered the brain plasticity, elasticity, connections, all that shit in their brains to now where you have to literally keep them engaged 24/7. There is a decline of willingness to self-effacate, to take on any type of responsibility for themselves. It is you didn't put the pencil in my finger with the lead already sharpened, so how did you expect me to write this? I've literally had kids, but well, my pencil's not sharpened, as if you need me to figure that out for you to remedy. Walk your ass over there and sharpen that motherfucker. I've had a kid ask me, "Will you sharpen my pencil for me?" And want my dumb ass actually fucking do it. Could you imagine asking your teacher to sharpen your pencil for you, and then your teacher actually did it? That's when I knew it was time to go. Back to you guys, the lovers. Ooh, this was you've really gone through like some type of soul level change here with lovers and rebellion. This is your relationships with yourself has affected a lot of relationships you have with other people, obviously. There was a lack of self-love. Maybe growing up, there was a lot of there's a lot of shit that you were sent here to break. Okay. I just want to tell you that. You were meant here to break the will of poverty, of despair, of loneliness, of lacking of self-love and self-worth, self-valid, just needing all these external needs from outside of you, you literally are dismantling all of that. The Four of Wands in reverse as well. Yeah, like this is even the dynamics at home, like a family and shit, Let's normalize not celebrating toxic relatives. Let's normalize not being in gatherings with people who we don't feel safe around. I was having a conversation with my friend last night, and she was telling me, like, her sister, they have their family is not the best for their mental health. And her sister doesn't really want to go over to the family gift, function. So my best friend was like, I'm only going because my sister asked me to go for her. And the only reason why the sister wants to go is so her kids can be around the family. And I just thought to myself, and I said, the family that made her feel, unloved, unwanted, and mess with her mental health, she has this conditioning to, this guilt even to take her own children around those people who created those insecurities within her. And it just shows like how deeply ingrained, this behavior pattern of, family clans stick together no matter what, despite the individual's, needs. And, her response that she said her sister said was, oh, well, she just wants them to have a family. And I didn't say this, but I was thinking, well, she has her and her husband, their father. So that is a family, and his mother, and they have you and your husband. So like they have a family. Like if you sit back and think about it, there's more people that love you than we realize, honestly. To be honest with us. If you really, I swear, I promise you, sit back and think there's more people that love you that you probably don't even realize. Whenever we start to feel all that sadness, if you got a couple family members and they make you feel, like you're not good enough, like there's something wrong with you, you didn't get married at 25, you're not popping out babies, and you're not a CEO of a Fortune 500, and you're not living a certain way. I'd say some of that, half of that probably is in your head because just society alone has placed that pressure on us, which then feels as if other people are reinforcing that. And sometimes they are because of their own social conditioning. Like, we're just socially conditioned creatures. That's all it is. And spirituality is, in my opinion, is all I can say. It's my opinion, right? Spirituality is taking social conditioning, turning it on its head, taking the parts that we need, like probably should, obey most laws, don't commit felonies, don't murder, yeah, take that, make sure you, tip, do this, do that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. But let's normalize, okay, well, I don't want my children around people who made me feel uncomfortable because chances are they're going to do the same thing to them. You know what I mean? And it's just, let's normalize being around healthy people. And also, let's normalize having healthy conversations with people instead of talking behind their backs and not addressing the elephant in the room, not having actual dialogue that will help resolve conflict or confrontation. Because you can't say you want peace when all you do is stir the pot and create bullshit. You know what I mean? So I don't like people who say, oh, I just want to bear the heritage, but then why are you over here telling everybody? And like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, why are you starting drama if you say that you want to, fix it? And it's not that you, and sometimes like people don't want to solve the drama. They just want to make sure that they rally their bannermen to their side. But here's the thing though, they can go and collect all the bannermen they want. Bitch, I'm not arguing with you. Like, you can sit out there and you can go and you can plot all these against me, but I don't care. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah. This betrayal. You're in this energy of feeling bittersweet. It's like Three of Cups and the Queen of Cups. There's definitely a group of people who could talking about money, especially if we had that giving money with the legal issues here. Someone here could be like, well, collectors, I saw that they got a summons or I don't know. People here are definitely trying to get in your business. People are trying to see what's going on with you. Marrying for money. Ooh, this could be somebody who is marrying for money. Someone in your family or someone who you knew could have married someone for money, the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, and it's not working out for them. And they're mad at you for some reason. People are upset with your independence or the way that you people could be upset with how you feel so independent, like how you don't. Collective doesn't need anybody to take care of them. And like this is someone who is very insecure. And I feel like the Knight of Swords, there's going to be some communication here. This person, message of truth, it's going to be around this Ten of Swords here. Somebody is coming around you to maybe try to rub something in your face. Yeah. Fake flexing. Yeah. Axe rich flosses money. Yeah. It's this marrying for money person here. So someone is going to come around you. This person is so sad. Someone here this could be an ex maybe. I don't know who. Someone here is going to come around here and try to fake flex on you. Yeah, this Three of Cups. Someone here is trying to get you to like, wow, damn. This person is about to go through a big transformation here. And honestly, what this person is doing, all this fake flexing and shit, what I just saw looked like something about to come to an end. So this marrying for marriage and this fake flexing, yeah, they're gonna get real sick of your ass. And then we got bad karma here too. So I don't understand. Be careful. I don't understand flexing because to me, when you flexing on people, it seems very shallow and hollow and insecure. And to me, it shows something that's a lot, in my opinion, damning is, you kind of like are very akin to being without and living a very subpar lifestyle. And now you have a little bit of whatever, and you want to spend all of your money so you can return back to your very substandard means of living. Okay. That's what I think people who flex think that. That's what I think that's going to happen because you're spending so much energy trying to make people who don't care. And when they do care, you want them to care in a negative way. Okay. That's fine. If that's what you want. But yeah, you don't give a shit about none of that. People here are trying to. What's going on with you though? Because someone is definitely trying to like. But you're good. Like it's like someone wants to rain on your parade. But why? Oh, this reading is getting long. Let's figure out why this person wants to rain on your parade real quick before we go. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video or this channel, please. Make sure you like the video. Hold on. I ain't gotta tell you. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all want to see something? Yeah. See what else we got. We got. Ooh. What else we got? We got the beach snowman. I like this one. Achievement. We did it. Lyman Simos. Boxing Day. I think that's what's that, the day after Christmas? That's a Canadian holiday, right? Or it's, I don't think we do it here in America. Anyway, let's see. I want to know what's going on with you coming up soon. I got to tell you guys, I have something here soon that I am so excited to share. I'm going to be coming out with, I can't tell you right now. Temperature reverse. The secret, but it's going to be fun. I think you guys are going to like it. I hope you guys are going to like it. I know you guys are going to like it. All right, let's see. Collective. This person who is fake flexing, it's sister-in-law, best friend like a sister. It's a feminine energy here. One you've known for a very long time. You may have always felt like this person was like in a secret competition with you. Or maybe you're starting to see that this person may have had like jealousy issues, but like now, more than ever, it's this person's never truly celebrated your successes and victory, but you've always been supportive of them, but you never really realized because you're just how do I put this? When you are someone who truly is focused on what's going on in your world, you're not sitting there counting who said happy birthday, who didn't do this, who didn't say hi, who, like you're just living your life. The Four of Wands in reverse. This is definitely family. This is in the home. This is from within the fourth house of home. Okay, so this is very close to your heart. This is, like I said, family, sisters, brothers, siblings, parents. If it's not a female, it could be a male, but I'm picking up heavy feminine energy. I think they could be, let's say this person married for money, right? But you, even when it comes to like, this is someone here who was like, you know what? Collective may be prettier than me. Collective may have a better job than me, a better life, a better set of skills or trade or whatever. But you know what? I got the rich husband. I got the rich spouse. I got this. And collective is single. Collective doesn't have anybody. Little do they know, you could be on your way to walking down the aisle. And not only is the person that you're going to be with have money, this is going to be someone who's fine as fuck. It's going to be a lady who's looking good, got her mind together. This is the man who, you know, acts right, got some act right, look right. You know, like this is going to be the whole chef's kiss, you know, just everything that you wanted. And now that is going to piss them off because the one thing they thought that they maybe had on you, you know, they have to see the truth that they didn't have shit. It was all a lie. And that this whole illusion of trying to be better than you, trying to compete with you, you know, someone here who is just hell-bent on making you suffer. It's all in their fucking paranoid head. Yeah. What's going on with you? Page of Swords and Temperance in reverse. The Lovers here. Yeah, I would say don't focus on these people. You have lover Lovers here. Lovers is coming in. Let the universe handle that. Just keep minding your business like you've been doing. What does collective have coming towards them? Yeah, stop giving to these people. Six of Pentacles in the night. Be careful with drinking and overspending at this time. It may lead to some regrets. And Nine of Cups and Page of Cups in reverse. Potential immature love offers as well. So I think this is just a time for you to focus on you. Get some shadow cards here. Yeah, letting go of the old you. Exactly. You are not who you were. Honor your past, but do not cling to it. It's time for you to move towards the new version of you, a new successful version of you, one that within darkness lies wisdom. The pain you've endured is shaping you into someone stronger. It's the shadows gifts and self-sabotage awareness. Where are you unconsciously blocking your own growth? What's this? Oh, it's a gingerbread. Oh, I like that. So be mindful of self-sabotage. And also, this is a message to whatever it is that you're going through. I know you hold things very close to your chest at this moment, and there's been a lot of ups and downs in this year, and maybe you've been feeling like you have to protect yourself and everyone. Yeah, the God is out to get you, but I promise you, there's more people that love you than you think. All right, collective. Okay, I gotta tell myself the same thing. Well, that's all I got for you all today. I hope you all have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow. Until then, I love you guys. Drink water, be safe, and peace.